Welcome to Dan's Haunted Cottage. Step inside if you dare.
Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's having a lovely weekend. I know it's just the start of it. It's Saturday morning, but I hope it's a lovely bright day where I am in Hertford. It's absolutely wonderful. Anyway, I'm going to go over old ground a bit because I think that it's important. And the thing that I'm going to address today, or the question I'm going to address today, is what is it to be a ghost hunter? Well, you know what? Anybody can pick up pieces of equipment. They can buy them off the internet, and they can run riot with them all around these supposedly haunted buildings, which is, that's fine, but that's more the fun aspect of it. What you really need to do is you need to learn how to use these pieces of equipment. And I will be showing you some of these pieces of equipment at a later date, but you need to work out how they work. You need to know exactly what they do and exactly what they're capable of and where and when to use them. So, as I say, I don't really use as much equipment as I used to because I think that a lot of it creates false positives. And what I'm trying to get at is that people, and I think that probably most people are guilty of this, and I've seen a lot of people guilty of this, is that they buy this equipment, they stick it in a bag, they go out on a ghost hunt, whether it's, and it's generally a public-led one, and they use it. They don't really know what they're doing with it, and of course, they're reading the information wrong from it. They get the information that they're picking up from it is absolutely false. So these people also assume that everything that moves, everything that knocks, everything that bangs, everything that creaks, everything that cracks is paranormal, when generally it's not. As I've said before, 99% of the stuff isn't paranormal. It's just that 1% that we're after in the search. So what you need to do to be a real ghost hunter is you need to be skeptical, and you need to be skeptical of everything and anything. I've always said that, if you take what you class as a piece of evidence of someone, and you're not rigorous in your testing of it to find out what the real root of it could be, and you just assume that it's paranormal, like a knock or a bang or a whine or a voice or a whistle, then at the end of the day, that's not evidence at all, because it can be just pulled apart. Before you can consider it evidence, you need to be, as I say, rigorous in it. You need to work out where it's come from. Has it had any other origin? Is it environmental? Is it just a natural sound within the property? And those type of things. And without doing that, you take that to somebody and that can just be torn apart. I've seen people run to me shouting and screaming in a ball of excitement, saying, "Look, Dad, I've just heard this, I've seen this," or I've even been with them when something's moved. And it's just been a natural occurrence. It's either been to a vibration of the building, it's been to them stepping on a floorboard that then moves an object in the room that's probably 10 or 15 feet away from them. But this is why it's always important to take things like baseline checks. What you need to do is you need to go into a building before you do the investigation, and you need to spend a good hour or two, and you need to go around it, and you need to work out where all the cracks and bangs are coming from, all the loose floorboards, are the stairboards creaky, are the stairwell creaky, what type of noises does it make when the house settles back, and things like this. Are there any cracks in the windows? Are there any leaks in the windows where air can come through, which can give you a false positive or lead certain people to thinking that it's paranormal and it's not? So those are the things that you need to work out and you need to look at. As I say, a lot of people run away with the idea that everything's a ghost, and that's not really a ghost hunter. A ghost hunter has to be very objective in what they do. And, if you turn up at a building that's reportedly or purportedly really haunted and you get nothing, then that's fine. That's fine. You've done your job. Even if you have heard creaks or bangs, if you've, dismissed them because you've been through the routine of checking them all out and working out where it's actually come from, then that's fine. That's what you need to do. Because it's that 1% that it all hangs on. It's that 1% that is going to be your proof. And as I say, that's once you've been rigorous and checked everything else out. So don't jump to the assumption that everything, or conclusion that everything is a ghost, because generally it isn't. It really isn't. And as I say, it's important if you're going to use equipment. Personally, I would use a camera, an infrared camera, or full spectrum camera, and I would use a voice recorder. There are other bits that I use that are in my arsenal, but overall, I think that a lot of it is just whizzes and bangs and lights, and it's theatrics really, and it doesn't really have any significance to do with the paranormal, apart from the fact that they've stuck paranormal before it or after it, and then charged you a fortune for it. So yeah, it's best to go with a very light kit, I think, just the basics, and go from there. So that's really what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to tell you. I'm sure there are other bits that I've forgotten, but that's probably age. But you need to go in, and when you turn up at a property, work out exactly where the loose floorboards are, where the leaks or the cracks in the windows are, or there's a loose fitting, whatever, and then work out the noise. I mean, a good example is that I did a pub years ago, and apparently, which seems to happen quite a lot of the hauntings seem to come from the ladies' toilets, and the pub was closed, and I went into the ladies' toilets and I heard this hiss, and this is the paranormal hiss that they're all going on about, and they panicked and jumped. They were in there with me, and they was almost screaming and holding on to each other. And it was just at the time that those new air fresheners came out that make the hissing noise, and that's what it was. It was one of those that was releasing a smell or a scent every so many minutes or what have you, and it was on a timer, and that's all it was. So, a little bit of prep, a little bit of thinking about what you're doing and what you need to be doing prior to going into the investigation, and when you're on the investigation, can save a lot of heartache and a lot of embarrassment later on. So that's what you need to be. You need to be skeptical as a paranormal investigator. And I think that as I've got older and the longer that I've done it, the more skeptical I've become. Yes, I've seen things that can't be questioned. Yes, I've seen things that don't seem to have a reasonable or normal answer. But they've only been considered that after I've been through the mill and checked every other avenue out. So that's all I really wanted to say. I hope that helps. I'm in no way setting myself up as a super duper paranormal investigator or a ghost hunter. I've still got a lot to learn, and all the years I've been doing it, you're always learning. And somebody might come along in the morning and never done it before, and have a great idea on how to do a certain thing. It's just looking at it from different angles, and you need to be objective. So that's it really, guys. I hope that helps in your search for ghosts and the paranormal. And have a great weekend, and stay safe, stay happy, and I'll see you all next time. Bye now, guys. Thank you. Bye.